Hello, this is a Lighthouse Hall of Fame film from European servant Sebastian Potachka back in his VK 1602 Leopard. We're in Sand River Assault Offense. 2 lights on the enemy team, just him on his team. 3 arty apiece. 3 heavies and a medium at the top of both lineups, followed by 2 arty. And then another heavy. So the very top of the lineups are completely mirror images of each other as far as tank composition. This battle often comes down to who controls that middle ridge. Does the enemy team move up and force the offensive team off the ridge and back so they can't snipe from there? Or do they allow the offensive team to set up down here and spot and snipe? You make the half-court spotting run, and then you see where the enemy scout's going or any mediums moving up to that middle ramp, and what am I going to be able to get away with in this battle. So he's going to pull up into this little bush and spot right away, and he'll stay here until he gets forced out of this position. The 3001's moving up along with the roach, but they aren't trying to cross the middle. They're sitting back there, which is perfect. You want them to stay back there. If they stay on the other side of the middle ditch, then he can just play peekaboo up here and peek a view, and his team should be able to get a lot of sniping damage. The one thing you have to be aware of is what just happened. He's getting proxy spotted. You get people down in the ditch, and then all of a sudden, if you're up there far enough to get spots, they're close enough, they're within 50 meters to where you get lit up simply because they're so close. For some reason, T-50's back by the arty. I guess he's AFK and never moved out. Looks like there's going to be a ditch war here. A lot of tanks moving into position to attack the heavies down in the ditch. And he gets a fire. The joy of shooting at backs of tanks with the autocannon, where you put multiple rounds in them, is that you get a lot of fires. They're down 1 tank right now, but they've gained a positional advantage by controlling the middle of the map. It's a huge advantage on this map. As you can see, he's spotting up. Their artillery way in the distance, and if they allow him to sit up here, it's going to be a significant swing in the course of the battle. Now, assault mode messes with you a little bit because the battle's only 10 minutes long, so you really can't afford to be patient. If this was a normal battle and we were in this kind of position, he could sit up there and wait for spots, but in assault mode, you just can't sit around for a couple minutes waiting for something to happen because you run out of time in the fight. KV-85's learning out the hard way that fire extinguishers save lives. Has a little bit of a hole to shoot through, and he gets a couple bounces, but doesn't do any damage. He knew he was going to be spotted, so he immediately takes off. Don't wait for 6 cents to go off. If you think, well, I'm going to wait for 6 cents to go off to see if I've been spotted or not, you're going to take damage and you may die. If you think there's a chance that you're going to get spotted when you shoot, or you know you're going to get spotted when you shoot, don't wait for 6 cents. Fire and go. If it turns out you weren't spotted, then cool. You really didn't lose any time or effort by backing up. But if it turns out you were spotted, as he just was, you find out that your movement often prevents the enemy from hitting you. And so you save a ton of hit points by moving if you think you're spotted. They're starting to run into the time frame where, hey, we need to worry about the clock, because the clock's becoming our biggest enemy. They still have people way back here dancing around, basically doing nothing at the moment. They need those tanks forward. The 150's doing great. He's pressing the attack on the back row, but he needs help back there. Man, 421 meters. It's like it's an awesome shot and it's into the guy's side, but it's too far away to do damage. Now they're down to 3 minutes left, running out of time. They have all kinds of advantages in this fight right now, but the clock is going to kill them. And he gets loaded just in time to take on this medium. Target killed by the 304. Perfect. He really didn't want to have a head-to-head showdown with him, but he didn't have the time not to. They have a lot of tanks to kill in the last 2.5 minutes of the battle. They basically need to kill a tank every 30 seconds to win this. I'm not certain how they're going to pull this off, if they do even. Well, that was fortunate. That dude doesn't understand the game, or he would have just stayed back and gone defensive. .304 understands. He's pulling forward. Su-85's eventually getting here, but he's taking the longest, most circuitous route he possibly could to get up here. He could have been up here 2 minutes ago if he wanted to be. KV-85's trying to move to the south over in the southwest corner, but he's really beat up. He's barely alive. Over the hill and shoot down. Not even certain what. Oh, he gets a fire. Yes. And now all of a sudden they have 52 seconds and 2 tanks to go. The OI takes out the KV-85. Things are really looking bleak. That guy backs up a little bit. He has a shot on him. Ah. Now, if the OI moves in on that 304, he's just retarded. And he is. There's no way they can cap in time. 18 seconds left. OI should be hiding. He misses Sebastian. Sebastian gets the pump. Ah, almost. Yes. The 44 gets the kill. 4 seconds left. And the OI gets the stupid heavy award for today. Because he should have been in the back corner hiding. There was no way they were going to cap in time. Even with 2 people on cap, they were 16 seconds behind the clock. So there's a case where he played well, but was facing defeat until the enemy decided to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, and he handed them the win. For this battle, he got 2,128 points of damage, which is outstanding. 1 kill, 87 of 156 shooting, 58%. Got 1,652 spotting damage in 11 spots, 45,708 credits, 2,291 XP. He survived the fight. He got a patrol duty, a scout medal, a high caliber, and a Confederate medal to go along with spotter, fire for effect, and bruiser mini medals. And that all adds up to give him a battle score of 2,396, puts him in second place for the VK 1602. He moved up to the middle ridge, tried to spot. Even though it's contested a lot nowadays, you still need to move up there and make your initial either half-court spotting pass, or as he did, pull up and just pass it right from the beginning. And then if the enemy doesn't force you out of there, you get to sit up there and spot and snipe. If the enemy forces you out, like they had a bunch of tanks come down into the ditch, he had to back up for a little bit. But they were handled. He moves right back up and continues to spot. It got a little bit dicey at the end because some of his allies weren't really ambitious about joining the fight. But in the end, everything worked out, and they get a last-second victory. You have to be aware of the clock. There wasn't too much he could do in this case because he was doing his part. But he also knew, I can't wait. I've reached the point where I have to just go attack, and if I die, I die. So he's still trying to pick good angles to come in from. But what would have happened if he hadn't gone in on that OI? If his clip hadn't been added to the damage of the M44, would he have achieved a kill shot on that Artie? Would the Artie have achieved a kill shot? Maybe not. We don't know. Be aware of your clock. And don't be like happens. We all do it sometimes. All of a sudden the battle's over and you're like, what the hell? What happened? It's like, oh man, the clock ran out. Assault battles have 5 less minutes. It's an easy mistake to make, especially on assault. Especially on assault, watch the clock because it runs out quicker than you think it will. He knew he had to go on the offensive, and he did. 4 seconds to go, they get the win. From Sand River Assault Offense, taking it down to the wire, but pulling out a victory. Happy hunting.